Let's talk more about Corey Seager, and for that, we send it over to Bill and D-Row. Guys?
All right, let's rock right here. You know he's one of my favorite players, and I know he's one of your favorite.
I'm the president of the fan club.
Yeah,
so I don't know where you
doubt.
rank in the fan club as far as presidency.
I'll be vice president.
Okay, you can have it. And I would like to point out, though, with this follow-through, he did not hit a homer on one knee. I mean, it just didn't happen.
He hit it and went to a knee.
Thank you very much. But as the president of the fan club, I thought it was very important. You know, D-Row, I've never been one to talk about the mechanics, where the hands are, the feet, or anything else. To me, it's all more about the approach. And being the president of the fan club, I'm going to go back to 2016. And I watched a BP session that he had way back when we isolated ballpark cam on him. And just watch his BP and what he does. He doesn't do anything fancy. He hits the ball proverbially where it's pitched.
Yep.
Ball's away, he hits it the other way. He's not trying to go into the seats.
Nope.
He's not trying to hit homers. He's getting loose because he's going to let the game, the adrenaline, the pitch speed dictate what goes on. This is 2016. Now, 2016, he had a 3-homer day. So I watched this 3-homer day back in 2016. 82-mile-an-hour pitch right there. 80-mile-an-hour backdoor cut piece, I think that was, more towards center field. And then he actually gets beat right here, hits a 91-mile-an-hour fastball the other way. And way back when, I decided to try screen him up to take a look at, keep that frozen for me, Lucas. And what I'm talking about in his BP session, he lets the pitch, the adrenaline, the game dictate what's happening. But everything to me, since you went all movie on me, identical. When you're looking at this, the difference is the pitch, right? The speed of the pitch, but the location, and he does what he does because he's big and strong. So now let's show last night's homer. Go ahead and roll it for me, Lucas, if you will, and get this thing going. So here's one of them. That's 96 outer third that he hits the other way. There's a nice little tight ISO, and once again, his knee's up. The one he drops down on is that one when he pulls it. But that ball's in. So I want to look at this, and you see the side goes, now the knee goes down. But the contact was made. Play it forward, please. Just keep it rolling. And I want to split screen these two swings up that he had last night, 2022. Keep that frozen for me, Lucas. Oh, we jumped into the quad. Okay, that's perfect right there. I'm going to go quad. But right there and there, it's the same thing. Everything is almost identical. One pitch is 96, the other one's 88. So the 88, he's going to get the bat head out on and pull it, and then the 96 is going the other way. Go ahead, Lucas, and then just keep that one frozen for me so we can look. So back then, 2016, there's the pull, there's the pull. That's the other way, that's the other way. There's a whole lot not different with this. And I know you've been out here looking at Seager back in his day when he was in high school.
I would have picked him #1 overall over Carlos Correa. They were in the same draft. I went over the footage. I obviously didn't meet both or get to see both in high school with live eyes. But when you put him on video, he looks exactly the same as his 18-year-old in high school.
And see, my point is, and I know what we've had, offense is down, average is down. He's a little bit down. He's going to be fine because of the approach and what he does at home plate. We saw his BP. He's hitting the ball where it's pitching. He's hitting line drives. He's not trying to go 30 rows deep. But now we're teaching, let's go 30 rows deep almost every swing that's going on. And I think that brings on slumps. Because if you ain't catching them, you're going to not get knocks.
Yeah, what value you
This
have.
guy's going to get me knocks because his approach is right and he lets the speed of the pitch,
Can I jump in real quick here?
Take over. Please.
I want to jump in. There's two things on Corey Seager. He gets his bat head on plane. I don't know if he's got this kind of preset.
Which is strange. Can't teach that.
Which is strange. That is not something, yeah, exactly. That's something he's kind of worked on his entire career. But one thing I want the kids at home to notice, you hear me talk a lot about front shoulder, front hip. Well, he clears his hips as good as anybody, right? I mean, he's completely wide open at the point of contact. But look at the front shoulder. And that's the biggest thing I see on the youth level, Billy. It's this, the hips can go, but I have to stay streamlined with parallel shoulders to be able to put my bat on plane and let my swing take my shoulders out. Okay, you saw it last 2 nights ago. Shohei Ohtani kind of walked the dog on this breaking ball. The hips went, but the shoulder stayed parallel, and he was still able to plow the ball out. Why do you keep the shoulders squared up, at least for me, so you don't get rotational? Because if the hips go and the shoulders go, I'm working in this direction. My bat head's in the zone and immediately out. When you keep the shoulders square, even if my hips go, I'm still streamlining my swing up the middle the other way, gap to gap, and he does it as good as anyone. How big is he, too?
He's a big man.
He's a large human being playing a premium position.
And that's what he knows about himself, too, because you said he does that little wrap thing with his
I don't know.
knuckles,
Yeah, I don't know if
which
it's
you
to
can't teach.
set the
But
hand.
he knows where he is and what he does. And the fact he's as big, as strong as he is, and he can go oppo, that means he doesn't have to force anything. He doesn't have to try to hit home runs. He's going to hit home runs because he's big and strong and his approach is right. He goes back up the middle in BP as well as anybody. If it's in, he's quick. If it's away, it's over there. And then the game, the adrenaline, the speed of the pitch takes care of the rest.
Robert.
That's great stuff.
I mean, we love Corey.
Really good insight. And you're right. You see Corey Seager in person, and you're surprised by how big he is.
I can't say it anymore because he's in Texas, but we used to say he's got an LA face and an Oakland booty. But that's out now.
Whatever that's worth right there.
I'm not sure you can say that anywhere, but
I think you can say
you certainly
it.
said it here. So appreciate you doing that. It's great.